have a question for you. What do Jim Carrey, Dr. Phil, Jennifer Lopez, Academy Award-winning actress Hilary Swank all have in common? Your first thought might be that they're rich and famous. However, the one thing they have in common is that they were all once homeless. When you think of the homeless, most people picture this. But in reality, homelessness can happen to anyone. It is estimated that 50% of Americans are just one paycheck away from being homeless. A debilitating illness, the loss of a job, or a natural disaster such as the severe flooding we experienced during Harvey can take away everything. According to the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development, November 2016, the definition of homelessness includes any person who does not have a regular or fixed nighttime residence that is suitable for their needs. Individuals who live in temporary housing, such as a shelter, a car, a park, abandoned building, or any place that has not been created as a place for humans to sleep. By these definitions, there are an estimated 3.5 million Americans who would fall under the category of homelessness. Our group has done extensive research on some of the main causes that lead to homelessness. Today we will focus on addiction, mental illness, domestic abuse, and the disproportionate number of veterans who are homeless. Let's begin with the role addiction plays. Substance abuse is often a cause of homelessness. A common stereotype of the homeless population is that they are all alcoholics or drug abusers. It is true that many homeless people struggle with addictions, but substance abuse is both a cause and a result of homelessness, often arising after people lose their housing. A 2003 report by the Substance Abuse and Mental Health Services Administration estimates 38% of people were dependent on alcohol and 26% regularly used drugs. Both of these figures are well above those of the general population. According to Didinko and Pankratz, 75% of homeless people report that drugs and/or alcohol were a major reason for their becoming homeless. A report by the National Coalition for the Homeless, June 2017, states that addictive disorders are the cause of many problems associated with homelessness. Addictions disrupt relationships with family and friends, as well as often cause people to lose their jobs. And for people who are already struggling to pay the bills, a job loss often leads to homelessness. In many instances, substance abuse is the result of homelessness rather than the cause. People who are homeless often turn to drugs and alcohol to cope with their situation. Also, some homeless people, when interviewed by Didinko and Pankratz 2007, stated that they started using drugs to be accepted into the homeless community. For many people, addictions go hand in hand with mental illness. It's clear, addiction plays a big role, but it's a long way from being the whole problem. Talon will now discuss the effect of mental illness in the homeless community.